You might have noticed that egg prices in the US have skyrocketed, and some people have even taken to social media to express their frustration. Now, much of this is because of an avian flu outbreak, but here in Canada, egg prices have remained pretty stable. So why is that? And should Canadians be worried about an egg crisis? Well, there's actually a few things we have to take into consideration, like the way Canada manages its avian flu outbreaks in the first place. And this all starts right on the poultry farms with the egg producers themselves.
We need to change our clothes, our boots. When we come in our barn, we need to be very secure to not have contamination from outside to inside. It's the most dangerous problem that we can have in our barn, in our production, and we need to be very careful.
And if an outbreak were to happen, Canada tracks it very closely.
There is aggressive monitoring and reporting and communication and responses towards avian influenza when it affects the poultry farms. We have ongoing data as to which provinces are affected, the number of farms that are affected, the number of poultry that are affected.
Also, our farms are much smaller than those in the US. In Canada, the average size of a poultry farm is about 25,000 birds. In the US, the average size of an industrial-grade poultry farm can be anywhere between 6 to 8 million hens.
And as soon as one bird on that farm gets avian influenza, contracts the disease, every single bird on that farm has to be euthanized immediately. And they have euthanized in the US about 150 million birds since 2022.
So outbreaks are just easier to manage. And finally, Canada also has a resilient supply management system that helps stabilize the prices of eggs.
If we do run into any issues in Canada, we can have eggs that are shipped in from other parts of the country in order to satisfy any shortfalls that a province might have.
So does this mean that Canadian egg prices are immune to any fluctuations? Well, if we look at Statistics Canada data, the average retail price for a dozen eggs went up by 11 cents between July to November of 2024. But it turns out that this isn't because of bird flu. It's because of input costs.
Input costs are factored through the entire supply chain. So by input costs, I mean things like fertilizer, electricity, diesel for farm machinery.
And these input costs have gone up tremendously over the last few years. And that increase then gets absorbed into the overall cost of our food.